Hello and welcome back to Wargaming with me, Gary. I've got some bits and pieces that I've finished up. I should say the weather's turned to crap, so, so I'm painting again, which is quite nice actually. Because the weather's not so good, I've been able to spend quite a lot of time getting some bits and pieces done, doing other things to get me moving. All those types of things, and I just thought I'd go through some of them with you. So more like this is much more like an update as opposed to the historical investigations I've been doing, which I've really enjoyed doing. Although I'm going to make some small changes to that, because I did find that in the last one I was literally just reading from my bullet points, so I'm going to make some changes to that. So. Yeah, so that's just part of catch up, isn't it? So let me just turn this around so you can have a look and see what I'm doing. And whilst I do that, I'm going to put my glasses on, because for anything close work, my eyes are very good for distance, but close work, they've turned rubbish. They really have. Oh, anyway, okay. So if I put that down there. Okay, so that shows you all of the bits and pieces I'm working on, and I'll go through them each bit or each unit separately, just to let you know what I've done. So if we start at the front here, so I'm going to zoom in now gently. Okay, so that's something I'm working on with for my nephew. Just going to move my chair a bit so I get a better view. I'm not going to talk about these too much. I will turn them around so you can just get a little bit of a better look. That's not so good, is it? I'll turn the side. I wonder why. Oh, it needs to be like that. Do one just so you know. That's better. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now we went through these a little while ago when I was doing the last investigation video. I've not done much more. There's a couple of little bits and pieces, but I'm slowly going through. And these are like what I like to do is I like to pick out large groups of figures and then just do one little thing on them, so maybe it's like the spear shaft or something, and slowly work my way through. Now these chaps are ancient Assyrians, and what I've done on these is, you might remember that not that long ago I threatened to paint a circle around the figures. So I'm going to try and zoom in on this one so you can get a better look. Now this is how many? Yeah, it was 15. There were 15 figures there, and I wanted. Oops, wrong way. Just go in a bit. There we are. Right. Yeah. The plan was to paint a yellow circle on the orange shields, and no matter how I tried, I just stuffed it up every time. I mean, it was like I couldn't paint this symmetrical circle to save my life, until I came up with the idea of painting it around the rim. You know, using the rim as my guide to paint it. Now I'm not going to pretend that it's a beautiful circle. It's okay, and should I come across transfers which do what I'm looking for better than this, I would certainly use them. But for now, I think they're okay. I quite like the colour. I purposely wanted bright yellow and bright orange, and yeah, and I'm quite pleased with that. If I spin him, oh, there's big old fingers there. Look, let me just move him around a bit. So you can just have a look at a little bit of the. Yeah, so like, I've done a sash like around like from his shoulder down. This guy is like mostly armoured in iron, but I have got some who are done in bronze as well. So yeah, and that's planned. And he's from my 2nd regiment of the Shamash Corps. And then so that's that. I'm going to come out a little bit so you can have a look at them. Oh, they look, actually they look quite nice like that, don't they? Yeah. You just go along. Yeah. Oh, I'm quite pleased with that. Yeah. Right, and then come out in a bit. Oops, went in. Come out. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is we're going to come along here. Now, these are my Babylonians that I've been working on. And they're coming on. Like, what I've been doing is, if I just pick one of these guys out and hold him up, I'll zoom in a little bit and then you can... Oops. There we are. Okay. So that's my Babylonian. One of my many Babylonians, and what I've finished with these guys are the flesh colours are all finished, the eyes are finished, the hair, the beard and the hair is now finished, and the helmets. So what I do is, and that's what I tend to do, I will so all of my Babylonians I will do something very small on them, and it just kind of helps me. I wonder if I move my hand if that will still stay in focus. No, it hasn't. No. Okay. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. So so I have. So if I now put him back, and you can see. So all of these guys. All of these guys have are at that stage where the transfers I'm going to use are there as well. Shields are underway. But that's what I tend to do. And then I pick out 6. I think I might have said this before. Then I'll pick out 6 figures and paint them to completion. So if I just so what you can see. So if I'm going to zoom in again. This might be getting a bit tedious, or tedious. Right. So the ones you can see here in the front, they're my spearmen. So, and I've got 2 regiments of them. You can see one regiment here which need to be painted. I'm working on another regiment. There's behind them there are some slingers. Yeah. And behind them are some cavalry figures. Okay. So they're coming on, and I'm quite pleased with them. So what I'll do, over on this table, I wonder if that will spin round. Let's have a look. Dum dum dum. Will it? No. Forget that. Right. Okay. So let's just zoom out. Come back to me. Now there was something. I was watching one of Von Ketteringham's videos the other day. Let me just, yeah. So Fraser, and he was talking about. I hope I represent this correctly, because I certainly wouldn't want to put words in anybody's mouth. But he was talking about. I think he mentioned about the amount of Napoleonic figures that he's painted in the past, and he mentioned about it being quite a dark place, and I think possibly what he's talking about, and I've seen this happen at work and lots of other places, is burnout. You know, you do so much of something that you actually burn out that enthusiasm, let's say, for the figures. And I was watching this video and I was thinking, blimey, because I'm working on a huge, my Babylonians and my Assyrians, I'm working on loads and loads of them. I mean, you know, I intend to paint hundreds of them. And watching what Fraser was saying, who is a very experienced person, one of the people who made me decide eventually to do videoing myself, because I was watching his and thinking, oh, this looks great. And I'm thinking, but you know, if an experienced person like Fraser could get to that point as well, and I'm just going to say burnout because that's how I see it. So if he could, so burnout for want of a better word is what I should have said. But if he can get to that stage with Napoleonics, which I saw him painting Napoleonics and they were fantastic, absolutely brilliant. But if he can get to that stage, I was thinking, Christ, you need to protect yourself, if you like, to make sure the same doesn't happen to me. Especially, I mean, imagine I buy all these figures and then lose the interest. So what I've decided to do is finish what I'm doing and then do something completely different in order for me to maintain my interest in. So kind of like, because I was painting some orcs a little while ago, which I will go back to. I've got a huge army of orcs to paint as well. But what I was thinking about doing is go away from the Assyrians. And then what I found when I was painting the orcs was that I was really looking forward to getting back to the Assyrians. And I think that's, you know, that leave them, you know, always leave them wanting more. You know that saying? Well, I think that's what I need to do in order to make sure that I don't get burnout as such. Okay. And in that, so there's a massive thank you to Fraser, but also other people who have also mentioned similar things. That's what is really good, I think, about this community, because we'll watch. I think we'll watch each other's videos, and I, you know, it's really nice to do that. Generally, I turn it on whilst I'm painting, and I just leave it running. I'm going, oh, that's good, yeah, I like that. Or I'll see something, you know, someone will paint something, and I go, oh, that's nice. I'll try and copy. It doesn't normally work out that well, but when somebody says like a little jewel like that, you go, yeah, got to listen, because that's the whole point. What if we're not going to listen and take, you know, learn from other people, then what's the point? So big thank you to Fraser, you know, for big thank you to Fraser because of all the videos I've seen you do, but an especially big thank you because hopefully by taking your advice I will avoid that obstacle that you came up to or have come up to about you know, that like burning out, you know, for Napoleonics. So I might then, because of that, be able to avoid that myself. And I think I'm just babbling a bit now. So anyway, that's me done. Hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed the figures. I've got on those Assyrians, I've still got to do a bit of varnish. On the Babylonians, I'll get them finished. The ancient Egyptians, I'm doing something a bit special with them, so we'll get back to them. So in the meantime, all the very best, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care. Bye.